Hello! We'll do a quick walkthrough of the pages section in Agility. If you've already watched the content one, this is going to be extremely similar. At the top, you'll still have your global search no matter where you go. So we'll pop over to the pages section. On the left, you'll still have your language or locale changer up here at the top if you have multiple. I don't, so I can't click, but you might. You can hit this drop down here to add a folder or link, or just click directly on it to create a new page. The search filter here will let you narrow it down just like we can in the content section. This navigation menu here is essentially a sitemap. So it's the structure of your website and all of the pages within it. You can drag and drop them to move them around if you want to reorder the pages. And you can see right on the page itself the current status. So this one, for example, is unpublished. It's got the little grayed out do not enter sign. With a check mark here, you have a published page. And with no check mark, you've got a published page that's currently in staging. So it has new changes that haven't been published yet. You may also see one with a little clock, which just means that it's been scheduled. Your home page will always be denoted by this little home symbol, a regular page with this symbol here, and a dynamic page, meaning pages that are being built from a content list with this kind of like atom symbol. At the very bottom, you can access your URL redirections and pop in here if you want to add your redirections. As long as these have been set up by your developer or dev team, you can manage them right from here. Now, if we go into an actual page, you can see the structure of it here. So this is the home page for my test site. At the top, you can see the name of the page and the path. On the right, you can see the current status of the page. This is in staging and when it was last modified. If I want to see the currently published version, I can click that and it's going to reload and bring me into what the currently published version of this home page looks like. I can click here if I want to restore it to that one, or I can just go back. On the right-hand side here, I have my properties panel. So I have my page SEO. I can update the title, page path, menu text, visible on menu, visible on sitemap. So is this going to show up in the menu of the website? Is this going to be shared in the sitemap file, shared with search engines? You have your meta description, keywords, and then some room for additional header markup or scripts. You can add comments and have conversations at the top. And at the bottom, you have your version history. Over here, the preview and publish icons, or drop-downs rather, are going to give you the same kind of options. Unpublish, preview a new tab, copy the preview link if you want to share it, view in live mode or Web Studio. If you just click directly on it, it's just going to take you directly into Web Studio. This drop-down will have the similar options. Will have similar options to the content section as well. You can schedule it to go up at a future date, as well as set an expiry date if you want it to come down on a specific date. You also have your security if you want to grant special permissions to somebody for this page. To set up alerts if you want email notifications when changes are made, copy it, add it to a batch, or delete. Do be careful when deleting pages. We don't currently have a recycle bin for pages. So if you delete one and you need it, to have it restored, you will need to reach out and speak with the support team or your CSM. When designing a page, you'll have different zones. Most pages are only going to have a single zone like this, though you may encounter a page, maybe like this one, where we have two different zones. That'll depend on the zones and the model, the page models that have been created for you. You may have some pages that are structured to have multiple zones you can add components to, or you may just have a standard page template with one zone. You can add components. This is going to open up your component library here on the right-hand side. These are all of the components that have been built for you. They're essentially your building blocks for creating your pages and your layouts. You can drag and drop if you want to add a hero, for example, to the top of the page. You can do that. You're also able to reorder your components. So once your component has been added, you can then drag and drop them to change the order of the pages. Or rather, to change the order of the components on the page. And these you can add as many as you want. You can have 8 heroes on the page if you want to. You probably don't, but you could. Once you're done, you have an idea of the order that you want your components to be in. You can hit done. And then you're able to click in to each of these components to fill out the content just like you would on a content item. So we can click in here to the hero. I can add a title. I can add a hero image, and I can add a CTA link in this case. Or I could go in to this text block with image and this component here. You know what? I don't want to see this. I'll unpin it. Give myself some more workspace. So I have your tagline, your title, image. Do I want the position or the image on the left or the right? And some other options. Your rich text area for the actual content and a button. Your components will all look different. It depends on what was built for your website. Your website is different, so you'll have a different library of components. Once you're ready and you want to preview your changes, you can save them and click preview. It's going to open up your page in Web Studio, which you can see here. You can scroll through, make your changes, double check them. If you wanted to see it in a new tab and just see like a full version of your preview, you can do that as well. And you can also just choose to work from Web Studio if you want. If you have your Web Studio fully unlocked, you'll be able to see changes live as you make them, which is pretty cool. Let's go back here to the Pages section. And once you're ready to publish, you can just go ahead and click Publish. And that will push your changes out or send it for approval if you have approval workflow set up. And that is the gist of working with pages inside of Agility with adding components. And you should be ready if you're going through your current course to move on to your next lesson.